With the shit, finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. With the shit, finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. You know the squad I'm bumming with. Try to run with the rock and you fumbled it. Finna spin the block in the mothership. Rock like Woodstock, big stock, smother shit. Word to Uncle Sam, we tax like the government. Still in the game till the day I'm in love with it. You are now rocking with the most coveted. Unapologetic, let you know who you fucking with. What's the use? I got the juice. Tapping head tops like Duck, Duck, Goose. Slide off smooth in a coupe, no roof. Rocking sheep's clothing, I'm the big bad wolf. Double up, we gon' double down and double that. If I feel him double crossed, I'ma double back. That's a couple $100 large in a duffel bag. Blitzkrieg, somebody's gonna end up a pack. With the shit, finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. With the shit, finna call a blitz, make you call it quits. I can execute the plan on improv off script with my brothers from another living color with the skit. You half steppers can't fuck with this. I'm with the big steppers and we stumping shit. Ice grill, you can feel the momentum shift. Alpha and the Omega, I'm the Genesis. Real savage, go getter. Yeah, I'm getting it. School of hard knock, I'm the mascot, flipping shit. Scott! Yeah, let me quarterback this. We came a long way from throwing money in the mattress. I played a long game to get rich. They say the game is a bitch, but the bitch is the baddest. Bogard Scott, friend, won't change my name like I'm Cassius. Keep flame cause I'm cautious. I'll burn you to ashes. Double cross the bosses and get hit with the ratchet. Can't fuck with suckers, that shit is contagious. Count 100,000, blowing clouds, hella anxious. Maybe a doctor, but I ain't got no patience. All top shotters on my roster, they gon' race shit. Transport weight, cross states in my spaceship. Sky free, but ain't nothing free, bro. Allegedly 4 feet in my Peacock. Out the east, all the freaks call me Guapo. All the way out the way, but I'm still getting guap though. Sando, man.
Yes. Hey. Happy birthday, Tupac, y'all.
Come on now. Happy birthday, man.
Hey, look, I was going to say, I'm not a dope MC and or lyricist or artist specifically. If it ain't for Tupac, man, rest in peace, Tupac. Happy birthday, June 1671. And happy belated to my mom's too. It's her birthday yesterday. That's how I always never forget. Right after my mom. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mama Bogues.
Yeah, man. They came back from Reno yesterday, so I ain't seen her yet. You know what I mean? But my mom's always trying to gamble somewhere. But my dad always says, "Oh, it's easy." I go, "Oh, what are you gonna do for mom's birthday?" Wherever she wants to go gamble. And my
Come on now.
dad, he calls himself a cheerleader. I just go there. Yeah, I got my drinks. I'm just, cheering her on. Like, there you go. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we got the whole playmakers here today. Let's go.
Sir.
We in this thing. Jermaine.
Gang in the motherfucking building, man.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, look at right out the gate. You tune into a live Tupac's birthday edition of Sway.
Yo,
yeah.
Pretty solid. Just been working on these rankings, y'all. Glad to be back again.
I was topping it with Pops.
Oh yeah,
Papa there, right? Last weekend or Friday.
Yes, he was. Yes, we barbecued and it was a great time. So, but yeah, over the weekend I started thinking. I was like, it's time to get these rankings going and start off with running backs. And got them ready to roll whenever y'all are ready. But yeah, happy birthday, Tupac, and yeah, glad to be back, gang.
Man, glad to have the Spencer Guru. We got the Guru Nation power rankings. You know what I mean? These things just what's dope about the rankings because we just get on there and debate them. You know what I mean? And we get to interchange them as we go along too. Because you know what I'm saying, it isn't something that's always set in stone. This is why we fuck with Spencer Guru because you know what I mean. You'll see as the off season goes along and you keep updated. He always keeps his rankings updated. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they fluctuate. I'm humble enough to admit that these June rankings are not going to be the final rankings. There's going to be some fluctuation as we get more news, camp updates, injury updates, time, especially these running back rankings with the potential timeshares, especially in that RB3-4 range. I mean, there's going to probably be all kind of movement. I feel like the RB1 tier is pretty set in stone, but then like the mid to late RB2s, there could be some movement there. And then anything below that is just kind of – those guys have to earn it. Those guys like Tuten and whatnot, like they've got to earn their spot, and we'll see if they can do so here this summer and heading into the fall.
There's always going to be some crop of running back that comes out of nowhere from that some tier jumping crop. You know what I mean? And this is what's dope about the rankings because we get to find those and diagnose those guys that we think could potentially jump those tiers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Fact.
Like a Bhayshul Tuten, for example. I like that example. Like if he gets the gig, wherever I'm sure we're going to be drafting him late, right? Later.
Yeah. What up, Derek?
Shout out to Derek, man.
Alas.
The chat's lit today.
Oh yeah, Albert up in there, Derek. Yeah, we got all the whole
Prime One's in the house.
Prime One. What up? What up?
It's fucking lit.
Alas.
Yeah.
Matty Law. What up, Matty Law?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Law. Hey, look at this.
Yeah,
bro. This out too.
Kicked it with him in Vegas.
I wanted to thank everybody so far that has purchased me and Franco's new joint produced by Prime One's called the Cargo Colt. You know what I mean? We got it going direct to consumer. You know what I mean? Shop Prime One. You know what I'm saying? Also, another announcement I wanted to make. We did drop another EP over the weekend. Shout out to my brothers Triangulum and Block. You know what I mean? This joint's called The Trifecta. You know what I'm saying? Also on Shop Prime One. You know what I mean? Here's the other thing too. Everybody that's already purchased and everyone that's going to purchase now moving forward, you guys are all entered in my giveaway. We are be giving away some merch. So, you know what I mean? Just to appreciate everybody who supported us. Let's fucking rock. Oh, yeah. And I have to shoot those links. I got to shoot these we got new direct links to these projects. I'm going to have them in all the descriptions moving forward, even including this episode. I got to shoot them over to Peacock ASAP. I might even do that in like 5 minutes or so. But yeah, man, rocking, baby.
What up, Banks?
Yeah, I got Bakes in here, Ninja, Wise Man, Iffy. What up, yo?
Come on, baby. It's lit this morning. Tupac's
it's
birthday,
so lit.
damn it.
It's so lit. Yes.
What up, Wise Man? We all in this thing. You want to get to some running backs, and we get to the news.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do it. I guess I'll just start off with the the RB1 tier, we'll go 1 through 12 since most of y'all play 12-team leagues. So I'll start off with the top 6 here. You got Gibbs at 1, going with Jahmyr Gibbs at the 101. It was a tough call between him and Bijan, but lean with Gibbs. I mean, with the Montgomery train out of there, Monty Bird's now in Houston. Peacock's new primary back. And then they brought in IPOC, but not too worried about him because he didn't really do a whole lot last year. So got Bijan. They got the B-Rob show over there in the ATL. They got both B-Robs now, Bijan and Brian. But as we saw last year, Brian is definitely just a handcuff. CMC got all the work there in Frisco. So I'm thinking Bijan.
In one of our leagues, right? Shout out to Clock, because Clock and Peacock in the same league, they've got fools with this move. Clock had posted B-Rob, as in B-Rob the mob, ends up flipping B-Rob for a third to somebody, right? And then I'll say his name. What's Brett's name? Gemmo's the only guy I let have a co-commission. What's his Brett's name? Jax Falcone. So Falcone, he gets in there. He's hot as fuck. What the fuck is this? No one trades away Bijan for a third. Starts tearing everyone a new one. Then we tore him a new one because it was Brian Robinson. Stupid. Right. Click on that shit. But, you see.
Just B. Robinson. Yeah. They just assume
Don't want to say that he's done that twice. I don't want to say that he's already done that twice in this league, but
I mean, he's the only co-commissioner I know of in our side of leagues.
I'm like
co-commissioner, just kind of like coach role.
And now we won't let him leave because there's been several times he's threatened to leave. Like, no, you're too much fun.
Shout out to Silky Johnson. Silky Johnson in the chat.
Yeah, what up, Silky Johnson?
What up, Silky?
The co-manager, my bad, not co-commissioner.
Yeah, that's right. Co-manager.
He's Jimmo's. Oh yeah, Jimmo. Shout out to Icon. Yeah.
Jax Falcone. Sagittarius like me. He just likes to push the button.
Jimmo the Icon.
Yeah.
Sometimes Jax Falcone will respond to like text or whatever, in the DMs or the chats or whatever. You can tell it's Jax Falcone you're dealing with here.
Here's the thing with Gemmo. Gemmo just wants to push. He wants to pay somebody and have them do it. He's like, just go do it. But then he also wants the final say. So it's funny watching the dynamic because then like a lot more will probably get done, but they argue a lot. You know what I mean? With decision making. And that's why you should just have one
shout out to the organization. That's the squad.
They need to get organized. They got a good squad over there though. They got a really good squad. Yeah. Okay. What else you got? Who's that? Who's the best guru?
Yeah. So obviously Gibbs and Bijan 1, 2. Then at 3, I got JT. I know a lot of lists have CMC, but I'm going JT. I think CMC, if healthy, could likely outscore JT. I just worry with CMC's workload and injury history that I feel like JT is a little bit safer bet. So I'm going to lean JT. They're right there, though. They're probably
I make the same argument for JT. He kind of has like a CMC-ish injury history, too. But
he has injury history of his own. He is a little bit younger. Yeah, they're both going to get all of it. So they're right neck and neck, 3, 4. He can. I mean, they're both. They're kind of like the Gibbs Bijan thing. Yep. And then after that is where it starts to get interesting, I feel like. Because at 5, I feel like there's a lot of differing opinions. I have A-Chain at 5, followed by James Cook at 6 and Ashton Jeanty at 7. I'm leaning A-Chain over Cook because I feel like, for one, he's going to get all of it, and he's more of a receiving threat.
I was going to say the receiving game's probably going to give him the massive floor that we're looking for, especially the negative game scripts. They're probably going to be a fuck ton of negative game scripts. But even with the stackery of the boxes, do you worry about that at all for A-Chan on the ground?
I do, but I think he'll get enough volume with the negative game script or a positive game script. Probably be more negative game script. I think either way, he's fine. Even if the team sucks. Exactly. I think he's game script proof, which is why I have him as a top 5 running back. So, and then James Cook there at 6, I feel like it's very safe bet, in that offense, even though Josh Allen's a goal line guy. James Cook, I believe, had 12 rushing tugs last year. So even with Allen getting double-digit rushing tugs, Cook eats as well near the goal line. So I think he's a safe bet to finish around that mid RB1 range.
They definitely, I think, is that 2 seasons in a row that he had double-digit tugs, like total?
I think it is.
He definitely had his breakout was the year before. I didn't know if he had the tugs that year because I remember it was going in I think 2024, there was a big debate surrounding him where some people thought he was going to break out, and then other people, because 23 was
2024, he had 18 total. Last year, he had 14 total. So, he's been over double digits
and then 24
the last 2 years.
Right, 24 was his big fantasy breakout because he not only had the yardage in 24, he had the tugs to go with it. And then last year, he upped his yardage total even more. And while the tugs dropped a little bit, they were still at a high enough level to where I feel like, this dude's at least a mid-range RB1, has that solid floor.
Yeah, he played 17 games last year, 16 the year before.
Yeah, and in that offense, I mean, as long as Josh Allen's healthy, that offense is going to move the ball.
Good for Cook because it opens up so many lanes for him, especially down there in the red.
Exactly. So I'm leaning to H-Chain.
And the passing offense should be a whole lot better this year as well.
Yeah, because you got Joe Brady. He's gonna get everyone involved. Like, go back to when Joe Brady was a play caller with CMC in Carolina, and then CMC went down. Mike Davis. Remember, Mike Davis was like running back 11, and he caught a ton of balls too. Like, I like this James. I'm putting James Cook over A-Chan just because he's on a better offense.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I think in PPR, A-Chain definitely has the more receiving upside. But, Cook, I would think, will score more touchdowns and could outgate him to where, they're also neck and neck. I'd say, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6 are all, like, very close. You could flip them. I wouldn't be mad if it was, like, Bijan Gibbs, CMC JT, Cook, H-Chain. Like, I wouldn't even be mad at that, even though I have them all opposite.
And as far as A-Chan and Cook, they're in the second round of these single QBs. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a bunch of
because people loading up on the receivers there. Like the CD, Jettas types usually creep into the back half of the first, and rightfully so, even though neither of those guys delivered on their ADP last year. I mean, they're both in store for bounce back. CD, obviously, due to injury, and Jettas just a horrendous QB situation.
I know, and now we have to hope Kyler Murray is good.
No, he's not, though. That's the problem.
He's got to be better than McCarthy.
I don't know about that. That might not be a true story.
Oof. So, we'll get into that. The receiver
rankings. I hate that. That motherfucker is not a good quarterback. I made the mistake of drafting that full book one time in the last 7 years, and it was last season. Thinking he's gonna bounce back. Everybody oh no, killed me.
A few years ago,
I don't even know if the guy wants to play football. You kidding me? Fuck that.
The best case I can make for Kyler is Kevin O'Connell, bro.
Yeah, let's say Kevin O'Connell, and his career is on life support. It's like if he doesn't do it this year, he might be out of football. So,
and then Kevin O'Connell can come to the Niners as an OC. Let's go.
Yeah, if they end up a total disaster in Minnesota, then Jettas, they might do a full rebuild. Trade Jettas and
get what they can for him.
But to finish the rest of the top 12, I got a Genty at 7. I'm thinking Genty will take a step forward as a sophomore with better supporting cast around him. I definitely think Fernando will be a big help, and it might even be Kirk Cousins to start the year, to where I think either way he'll be in a better situation than he was last year. The O-line should be a little better. I know that was an issue last year, but he's such a special talent to where I'm thinking Genty in the early mid-second round's a nice value. I know last year he was getting grabbed at the single QBs at the end of the first, and I'm glad I stayed away because he didn't really live up to that value. But he wasn't really plus. he put up solid numbers. It was just the price people were paying for him made him not the best value.
He's gonna get him early.
Yeah, Raider fan. Yeah,
We're
shout
not
out to
gonna
Bakes.
get.
Yeah.
He actually, you know what? He curved Gentile in a lot of instances last year too. Like Bakes is actually a sharp.
I wouldn't expect him to get too overdrafted this year because I feel like now we know that if the situation's not that great, it could affect him. But the reason I'm more optimistic is because the
fans in all my leagues.
the situation is it appears better and should definitely be better than last year. I mean, they were the worst team in the NFL last year. It can't be any worse. So, and he was still like a low end RB1.
And they got Gary Kubiak, who's calling plays for the actual best team last year overall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Clint Kubiak with the Seahawks. So yeah, and look at their running game, especially down the stretch, man, with Ken Walker. I mean, that shit went yay. So yeah, I mean, if things fall right, Genty could easily be a top 5 running back this year. So I have him just outside there at 7. At number 8, this is where things get interesting for me. I was torn on who to put here at 8. I'll do 8 and 9 together because I feel like they're very close. But since it's PPR, I'm going to go ahead and put Chase Brown at number 8, followed by the King Henry at number 9. I feel like these two are very, very close. It was tough. I wanted to go with the King, being that I believe he's finished top 8 for like the past 5-6 years or so. Other than that year he got hurt. He's just, I mean, even though he's over 30, he's so consistent. He's basically a lock for 15-plus touchdowns. I mean, that's just unbelievable what he's been able to do at his age. But I like Chase Brown a lot this year, especially if Joe Burrow can stay out there. I know the Bengals usually have O-line issues, but Chase Brown gets so much volume. I mean, he's become a true workhorse over there. Had a great second half. He started off kind of slow last year. Man, the second half last year, and Burrow came back. He looked really special. Like, he was a freaking fantasy beast like down the stretch last year, to where I think he's going to for sure be an RB1. And the King Henry, man, you got to give him his respect. You know, every year people want to write him off and say, oh, he's going to fall off big this year. He's not an RB1, but he's shown that he can still do it. So until he shows signs of decline, I'm not going to disrespect the King. I think the King will once again be a steady RB1 despite his lack of pass catching upside.
Tractorcito.
He's in my top 5. And
top 5. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Even in PPR?
I have Jainty in the top 5. I got Henry in the top 5. And then one person that's not on your list that I do have up there too is Breece Hall. I think he's just gonna get so much work. You can't ignore it. And I'm not really afraid of the other dude, Allen. Braylon Allen's gonna get touches, but if we're actually improving as an offense, Breece Hall is gonna be the focal point. It's just gonna be it. Like we're dealing with Geno Smith and a lot of receiving options, but the second option is going to be oftentimes that dump off. Breece Hall is going to get a lot of fucking catches again. I can't wait. There was that one season where he had like the 84 targets and 70-something catches. That's the type of PPR action that I'm banking on out of Breece Hall this season.
For sure. That's music to my ears, kid. I got him in my keeper league, so I hope you're right on that. I actually got him and King Henry in that league. Those are it's a 6-keeper league, and I got those two along with a gang of receivers. I got CD, Puka, and Drizzy Drake London. I'm loaded over there.
My drafting style is wide receiver heavy. And these running backs aren't often on my squads for redraft. However, I have to respect like the projections of some of these squads. Like Derrick Henry is, goddamn, like he's so consistent. That's why he earns that top 5 spot for me. And then Jainty, sophomore season running backs are like hits. Fucking smash hits.
Genty, I think, gonna have a huge season.
And then CMC, man, he got a lot of work coming off of that injury. So I'm kind of scared.
So much work.
And then you got to respect Gibbs and Bijan, though. Them two are like clear two top favorites to be the 101.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. So your top 5 then would be, Gibbs, Bijan, Genty, Henry, and Breece.
No, I still value Cook.
Okay, Cook would be top 5 over Breece. Oh, Breece would be an RB1 for you, is what you were saying.
Yeah,
got it. Okay, I was like, whoa, Breece top 5, but okay, RB1. No. Yeah, that's a little more, a little less spicy, but more
Breece
realistic.
Hall is so like competitively, like I think the outcome that you're gonna get out of a PPR format, anyways, is like that floor. He's the focal point. Geno Smith is gonna throw the ball to Breece Hall a lot, and that's where I'm getting these points in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks
I fully expect him to have a season of 84, 85 targets, and knowing how Breece Hall handles the rock. He's pretty dependable. He don't drop those passes. As long as Geno gets it in the area, Breece Hall usually snags it and will move forward. He doesn't want to go backward.
Yeah, he's a solid back. If Bakes was saying like that, he feel like Tyler Linderbaum, who now is going now with the Raiders, one of their big addition to beef up their O-line. He's wondering if losing him will affect King Henry. I mean, I feel like King Henry's just such a safe bet to where even if the O-line's not quite as good, I gotta give the King his respect.
It goes back to your same argument with a James Cook. The fact that James Cook got a stallion in the, you know what I mean, as a signal caller. You know,
Henry's got Lamar.
Just a galloping, and then this guy got Lamar. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I think we've seen that even last year without Lamar, because he missed a handful of games.
And both technically, on paper, we're expecting both of those quarterbacks to have a little bit better receivers to throw to. So I don't know.
Technically,
you can always use that as an argument against these running backs, but I'm telling you, Cook and Henry should be on everybody's radar as I guess your RB1. I don't know. To me, Henry is the easy buy because the price point. People are just always always passing up on.
You're always scared of the age.
I'm not. I'll take them all day. Pause on all that.
Good pause.
Drafting business. Although my style this season, I have to stick to it. I've been saying it, and I swear I'm gonna stick to it. If I can fire off 5 wide receivers in the first 5 rounds, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it.
You better beat me to it.
You get those receivers, man. Yeah, because then you can get the later running backs like the Tutens, the Tony Pastas, those ones that could Money Gang, DeAndre Swift, but
while everybody's grabbing their running backs and quarterbacks, I'm just gonna be focused on best wide receiver on the board.
For sure. Yeah, let's I gotta to finish all the top 12 here. This will be music to Lee's ears. Omarion Hampton at number 10. I think Omar Hampton's gonna have a big year. Big sophomore year. Kitteh was just saying about sophomore running backs having big years. So I think he'll do well this year, assuming he can stay out there. Injuries hurt him last year, but if healthy, I think he's an RB1. And we got Saquon at 11. I know the Eagles aren't quite what they were on offense, but I still think Saquon's at least a low-end RB1. He's solid, consistent. They've got a good O-line still. So, and then at number 12, got to give the kid some due, Jeremiah Love. Got J Love sneaking into the top 12. I know a lot of people have him even higher than that. I couldn't go quite that high, but this kid's a special talent. So I felt like he had to be included here in this top 12.
You know, their O-line's hella bad. Kind of gives me Genty vibes a little bit from last year.
Yeah, Jinty last year was going higher, I believe, than RB12. Whereas I think if Love's price stays in that like late second range, I'm okay with that. But if he creeps into the early second, late first, I'm not buying him there if he goes that high.
I'll say New J Love might volume his way into a back end finish. You know what I mean?
That's kind of
that's how Jinty did at the end of at the end of last year. He bubbled his way into a back end RB1 because of the receiving game.
Yeah, and Love's has a really good passing game ability. He's got a really good receiving chop. So
yeah, I guess when you take a first round running back, it's obvious, and especially third overall. It's goddamn Cardinals are so horrible, man. It's like
they do have some decent weaponry to take the top off.
I mean,
who's
like
throwing the ball?
What's up, JB?
We definitely like
what up, JB?
McBride, but that's
Stay tuned live. See you tonight.
Vallejo in the building.
What up?
Michael Wilson had that breakout. I don't know how consistent that's going to be here from here on out. I don't know.
Yeah, the beef brisket's probably going to start at QB.
Brisket,
he was slinging it last year. He was slinging it.
Contract straight away. He's a little iffy on that one.
Yeah, because we want McBride to still pace his, projections and history. So keep Brissett throwing the freaking McBride 180 times. That's awesome.
We also got the Ginsu over there. If Brissett ends up flaming out, we got the Ginsu and Carson Beck. Carson Beck, bro, the rookie. But I think the Ginsu would be the better bet. I think the Ginsu's injury wasn't as bad as they thought. I think they initially thought it was a torn ACL, but I think it didn't end up quite as bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad like Mahomes.
Right, because initially they thought it was an ACL, but yeah, his ACL was spared, so he avoided needing surgery. He entered free agency at full strength.
The guy must have high IQ for football, because I don't know after all these reps and what his value actually has on that field, unless you're doing a full tank and then. To me, though, Brissett is only going to not be a quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, and if the injuries,
Yeah, I mean, it should be Brisket.
The only way that Ginsu gets in there. Brissett plays pretty good football. I just have to give Brissett his roses, I guess, for fantasy. He didn't do terrible for our QB3 and emergency starts and whatever. McBride, he still gave you the production. See, that's what I'm mostly, worrying about. I don't know if Ginsu's gonna fucking carry McBride the way that Brissett can.
Well, I think Brissett should be in there. I mean, I would think they'll work out the contract just because this is a big opportunity for him. This is a big opportunity.
Yeah, we broke down this. We broke down the pay situation in Arizona. Ginsu only getting $5 million, Brissett only getting $5 million, and Carson Beck, his deal is 3 years worth of total of $5 million or some shit like that. So Brissett only need another $1 or $2 million, and he gonna be happy.
Yeah, I think they'll work that out. I don't think that's that.
I want $11 million total, guaranteed.
Come on now,
shout out to Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and it's still very early in the process to where he might miss a few more weeks or something. He's sitting out right now?
He's sitting out until his contract is readjusted.
Yeah, but once anything mandatory, then they start to get fined.
Yeah, it's like
then at that point, it's like he'd probably be better to just report if he starts getting fined.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'll work itself out. So, and as far as Love, I mean, I think he's such a special talent to where regardless of if the O-line's bad, the QB situation sucks. I mean, look at Jinty last year. The Raiders were like the worst team, and he's still, as JD said, at a back-end RB1 finish.
And it was actually, when you look at his second half production, he started to actually fire on some cylinders, and the team started to commit to, okay, this guy's a workhorse back.
They also they lost both their bookends And
he touched the ball a lot.
Yeah.
At the end of the season.
Yeah, I think Jay Love will do the same. But that's they're going to try to find a trade partner for James Conner since they signed a Tyler Algier. So I just don't really see there being much of a role for James Conner over there. Where some running back needy team, someone has a running back get injured in camp, I would think will be interested in flipping like a 4th or a 5th round pick for a James Conner.
Or he just doesn't make the team if they can't move him because he's only getting like $1 million or something like that.
Yeah, I could see him potentially moving on from him because they just got too much over there. I mean, there's just not enough to go around. Because I mean, when they drafted Jeremiah Love, I mean that basically sealed Connor's fate as far as like if he's on that roster, like he's not gonna have any fantasy value. But I still think he might have something left in the tank to where hopefully he could find a home somewhere. Because they also have Trey Benson still. I forgot about Trey Benson. He's another one that one of those two will not be on that roster come week 1. Either Connor or Benson. One of those two is gone. ETN,
that's way too many running backs. They got like 4 over there.
I always forget the new pronunciation. That's a good one, Albert. I have him as an RB2, so I guess we can move on to that. And shout out to the ticker down there. Got the rankings. Appreciate y'all for holding that down. Producer P, appreciate you, mate. So that's the top 12, y'all. Feel pretty good about it. Feel like it might change a little bit between now and week 1, but probably not too much. So let's get into the more interesting part, which is RB2 and beyond. So at number 13, high-end RB1's got a Javonte Williams. And at number 14, got Ken Walker going to KC, new home. I think he's going to do pretty well over there. Workhorse. Could end up even better. Lisa saying, Chiefs. Yeah, that's your rival. Yep. That's your rival. Okay. I was like, why are you saying, I think it's a good situation for fantasy.
It's a great situation for fantasy, though.
So, and then, Breece, Kid had mentioned Breece earlier. I got Breece coming in at a cool 15. I think he's a pretty solid RB2 with upside for more. And then I guess I'll get to Asian here. I'll just do the first 6 RB2s. Got Jacobs at 16. I'm a little lower on Josh Jacobs in the consensus. He's got some legal troubles brewing right now. But assuming that gets settled, I just didn't like the way his stretch run went last year. He just didn't finish well last year down the stretch to where I kind of worry that he's received a lot of work throughout his career to where is he declining? I mean, if not, I mean, he should still be in that like low RB1, high RB2 range. I just worry about him right now. So I got him at 16. Then got Asian at 17. I think he's in a good spot. I know AK is still there, but the Saints running game should be a lot better this year with Asian in the fold. Kellen Moore likes to run the football. He didn't run it much last
for those
year.
that don't know.
The new pronunciation, yes, not Devon A-Chain. This is Travis Asian.
ATN.
Yeah, or ATN for those.
I put it on the ticker.
I know.
ATN at 17.
Yeah, for sure. Asian. Yes, the Cajun pronunciation, the Cajun French way. So I think he's in a pretty good spot to at least be an RB2. Then in 18, I got Kyron. I would normally thinking like, man, Kyron, he's been so good the past few years. He should be higher than that. But Blake Corum, man, I think Blake Corum's legit. He seemed to take more work from Kyron as the year went on last year. And I still think Kyron will get enough to be a mid RB2. I just think that Corum, though, is here to stay. I don't think that was just a flash in the pan. I think Blake Corum is there for that to be a legit 1-2 punch and not just the Kyron show.
To be a nuisance to our Kyron shares.
Yeah, I mean, they could both have standalone value. I think that offense is powerful enough to where they could both have standalone value. But yes, it does prevent our Kyron shares from reaching their RB1 potential. Fucking McVay, man. Yeah, he's always changing it up, but I think that's what makes him such a successful coach. Is he just goes with He's a coach that goes with his personnel, and for a while it was Kyron was the guy, and now that they got Corum, it's probably more of a 1-2 punch.
They did pay Kyron, but I'm totally with you because they were giving Corum like 13 touches a game type of shit on the ground. But like Kyron was getting all the money touches, you know what I mean, in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? So and it does translate in that offense in the rushing because they move the ball and they get in the red zone a lot. But from a week to week standpoint, I think like if they have standalone value, it kind of feels like Kyron might be a little more touchdown dependent than I want him to be. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Yeah, he's not getting quite the volume.
Yeah.
So, what are y'all's thoughts on Ken Walker? I know some people have him as an RB1. I did for a minute, but then I started thinking, I'm like, man, the Chiefs, like with not having Mahomes probably the first few weeks, and just
I think Mahomes is playing, dude.
Mahomes is there week 1.
Mahomes is playing.
Okay, but he might not be quite himself.
He's not going to be the Mahomes we know of. But
and I think they might lean on the run. Yeah. Here's the thing: the last time the Chiefs had a run game was when they had Eric Bieniemy. He's back in the building.
Oh
now.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, that's a good point.
He's back as their OC even too. So I do like Ken Walker quite a bit. I just I just don't want to overpay him. Like he's
right. Yeah, that's why I got him at a cool 14. Because I feel like I feel like a lot of people are gonna be, oh, Ken Walker, the Chiefs, and they're gonna scoop him up in like the second round, and I'm just like, man,
that's crazy work.
Yeah, I can't do that, man. I can't do. I think
I would love to have Ken Walker later.
Yeah, late third, early fourth, I think would be good for him.
Now we're talking, right? I'm like,
that's value.
Go receiver, and I would love to crack off my running backs, my RB1 with a Ken Walker. They do have another guy over there that they drafted, but I'm pretty sure like he'll get into the fold eventually. But like Ken Walker's their guy, they paid him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kid from Nebraska. Yeah, I think his name was Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, that's what they got. Yep.
Yeah, I think he's pretty legit, but yeah, Ken Walker's that dude, at least for most of the year, I'd say.
And I think maybe he's going to get majority of it as long as he can stay healthy, because that's another thing about Ken Walker is like he definitely has a riddled injury history.
And Javonte, man, what are y'all's thoughts on him? Do y'all think he's legit? I mean, I have him just outside the top 12, and in that offense, I mean, Dallas theoretically could have a top. You could say they could be the top scoring offense in the NFL. I mean, with freaking Dak back there, the CD, Pickens, Fergie, their O-line's good. I mean, they're cooking. They're cooking on
Javonte gets all of it. Let's fucking go.
That's what I'm saying. If anything, I might be underselling Javonte.
What was Javonte last year, JD? RB6?
12, I think.
12? Okay.
12, 11, something like that.
There's been a lot of
8 to 12 is 8 to 12 as a finish for Javonte. Shit. Think about it. If it all goes well for Javonte, I think he can finish higher than a Genty even. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I just swap him with Genty. Like but I do like the Kirk Cousins there and the whole Kubiak thing and the better O-line. I do like, and think he's going to get most of the work. So I do like Genty there, especially in year 2. But
how about this?
Javonte's workload and his work in the passing too. Even if it's not the high volume, he's super efficient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here's a versus for y'all: Javonte or Saquon.
Ooh,
I would always just wait on and take Javonte. I don't ever like paying up for Saquon because his name brand still gets him going in like the mid-second round. You know what I mean? Maybe
that's a good point. Yeah, head to head, I'd probably still lean Saquon, but at ADP, definitely Javonte.
Yeah, because Javonte could fucking tear jump like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, him and Ken Walker are pretty nice comparisons in my book when you talk about.
I like that.
They're right, 13 and 14. I got them.
I just like Dallas's offense better though.
That's right.
Javonte is a PPR back that didn't even do nothing in the PPR game. He had 1,300 yards with like 12 TDs.
Come on.
Yeah, your Cowboys looking good this year, Derek. I gotta admit it. I love the Cowboys, but
pay the WR1s their money, man. Give them, give the NFL their notice right now that you need to have 2 WR1s. You got the money now.
Right.
Yep, and Philly just traded AJ Brown. Where I don't know about this Philly offense, man. I think Saquon's still solid, but man, I don't know Philly, man. I feel like they're kind of trending in the wrong direction.
And it's another year with another coordinator, offensive coordinator. We got to see what their shit gonna look like.
Yeah,
I know. If anything, I might almost prefer Javonte straight up.
What trade is this? This new coordinator?
Sean Mannion, I think he came from Green Bay.
Oh yeah, the Mannion. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's like I'm assuming if he's like a LaFleur guy. See, everyone's getting some kind of piece of that type of offense.
You ain't lying. And I think Buddy hella young. I want to say he like 30-something.
He's gonna be the play caller over there. Yeah.
He was okay. Do you remember this? It was like the 2021 championship in fantasy. This is when we still had 16 weeks. But it was Green Bay versus Minnesota. And then it was Kirk Cousins versus Sean Mannion. No, Kirk Cousins couldn't play, so Sean Mannion got in there. And that's who that guy is now.
That reminds me, I'm working on a Kirk Cousins drop. I'll get that probably later today.
Will we like that?
Kirk.
Yeah, we'll like
you like that?
Come on.
It's gonna be straight from Breaking Benjamin's Diary of Jane. Do you like that? Do you like that?
Come on now.
Dude, that was the song. It was at one of the NASCAR games, bro. NASCAR 07, I think.
Yeah, that song's like flipping.
That's a fairly deep cut.
That's a 20-year-old song already. Damn. Anyway.
I know, man. It makes me feel old. Yeah, I was a little kid when that shit was slapping, and now
that makes me feel really old, little bro.
That makes me feel really old. Yeah, I was like cruising around in high school, I think. Anyway.
Oh, goodness.
If it was 07, yeah, I just had my.
Oh, the Matrix got him.
Yeah, I was Matrix. Damn.
I was definitely, I think, at college or something already. I wasn't in high school, but anyway, good cut. I think Kirk Cousins was saying that he might have been influenced by that song.
Oh yeah, you like that? You like that?
It's a good one.
Well, let's see if y'all like the rest of this RB2 tier. At number 19, we got Bucky Irving. I think Buck. I think he'll bounce back some. I don't know if he'll quite get back to the level he was. When was that? 2024, I believe, when he broke out and was looking like an RB1. But I think he'll bounce back enough to be a solid RB2. Then number 20, got one of my favorite breakout candidates, Travion Henderson. I know he's in the timeshare with Stevenson, but I think Henderson's the real deal. He showed a lot of explosiveness last year and should take another step forward this year. And at 21, got another sophomore back, Quinshon Judkins. I know he's coming off an injury, and the offense has a lot of question marks, but he was a workhorse last year. He got all of it. He got all the work. So I think he's pretty solid there in that mid to low RB2 range.
He out a few games, too.
Yeah, he missed a few early because of the.
He came in balling like he was.
Yeah, he was a workhorse, man. Yeah, he was getting all the work. So I might be underselling him a little bit. And then we got Swift at 22. DeAndre Swift, man. I know he's in the timeshare at Money Gang, but man, that Bears O-line's the real deal. Ben Johnson's turned them around. So I think Swift is in a position to finish top 24. And then at 23, the Scott man, Cam Scatterboo. Got him at 23, another one coming off injury, but he showed a lot last year. That offense should be a good bit better with Harbaugh over there. Should be the lead back for the Giants. And then at 24, Monty Burns, David Montgomery going to Houston. And he should get all the work over there. No more Sergio Mix-a-Lot. It's Monty's time to shine over in Houston. Woody Marks was okay last year, but definitely not a workhorse to where I think Monty Burns going to sneak a top 24 finish.
I like it. Look at old Monty sneaking up in there.
Yeah, native Texan guy. I like that call also. Woody Marks is not going anywhere, but he definitely can't carry the workload. We saw him leave almost every game last season once he took on the full workhorse role. We had to have guys like Jawar Jordan and, just random dudes off the practice squad elevated in times because he was dealing with knick-knack injuries in his shoulder and his ankle last year. Albeit, though, I mean, once he got injured and came back into the game, he was almost guaranteed to score a touchdown after that point. But definitely got two. He's not built like Monty. I do like him being the 3-down kind of back, and then them kind of scooting Woody out into situations where they motion him out of the backfield and line him up as a slot receiver and kind of take advantage of mismatches there.
I like that look.
I like Monty sneaking in and still getting some passing work there for Houston on third downs as well.
Okay, good. That validates it then. The Peacocks are a Texans guy. So yeah, I feel good now about having Monty Burns in that top 24.
I mean, he could fall. Monty Burns, if it all falls well, he could fall into that end zone like a dozen times for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not to mention the Texans have revamped their offensive line. They brought in a bunch of free agents, couple of veteran free agents. They re-signed a couple of veterans, and then they drafted a couple of rookies, and then we have Deontay Ursary in his second year. So I like the revamped offensive line, and you can count them, folks. This isn't a race thing, but we actually have 4 white offensive linemen playing for the Houston Texans now. They only had two of those guys, I think, in total in the last 4 years or so. A big swing, a big change up on the offensive line should kind of open things up. Second year of C.J. Stroud taking command of that offense as well. And we do know that the Texans wanted to lean on the run game last year and could not. So it's going to be, I think people are going to be surprised with how much work the run game gets this year.
Yeah, Monty definitely a big upgrade over Nick Chubb. I'd say Nick Chubb looked totally washed, and then Mix-a-Lot just could never get out there. Thinking him and Chubb, their careers are probably over. I don't see those guys playing in the NFL again unless they can somehow. Well, Chubb for sure. I think Chubb's knee just is too messed up.
Yeah, word on the street with Mixon was like stem cell stuff for his foot. They went wrong on his own that he didn't take care of with the team. That who knows, right? So no idea really what ended up happening with him.
Yeah, because it looked like he's on the list. Like, he'll be back after like 6 weeks, and then it just never came back. Almost reminded me of the Ayuk situation.
Yeah, only the thing with Joe Mixon is like he might not even get cleared to play football ever again type of shit.
That's the thing, yeah. It wouldn't shock me if him and Nick Chubb don't ever step on an NFL field again. But Monty Burns will. And if anything, last year not getting as much work might help him kind of rejuvenate. Like he'll get more work this year, be a little fresher. After last year, kind of taking a back seat to Gibbs.
2 seasons removed he had like a mid-season injury. It wasn't last season. I think it was 2 seasons ago where he kind of they thought he was done for the year, and he played through it or whatever.
He came back for the playoff game, but he was a shell of himself. He shouldn't have come back for that.
He had to come back.
Yeah, I definitely like running. I like running backs 2 years removed from major injuries. So this is a good, full healthy offseason.
Yeah, I mean the Texans. Y'all made that move pretty early in the offseason, which tells me that y'all have big plans for him. Yeah, it's like y'all targeted him because I think y'all are just so fed up with how last year's backfield situation went. So y'all are like, all right, we need to get a new workhorse, and so y'all chose Monty. And so I think he, if healthy, he'll sneak that top 24 finish.
Yeah, Woody Marks is a 4th-round pick, albeit he was really good in college at USC where he played, and we talked about him a little while ago. He was good while healthy. He's not built, I think, to handle an NFL workload like that. So, the Texans are really looking forward for that last season. They couldn't lean on it, not to mention the big old offensive line mix-ups and injuries just down the line. It was just hard for them to lean on a run game in the playoffs. And when you're back there and every play it's C.J. Stroud dropping back with a horrible offensive line, and you saw the results, when they played really good defenses late in the season in the playoffs. I
do really like.
Gotta fix those things.
I like the fact that it's the second year where what's Brett's name from the Rams?
Nick Caley.
Yeah, Nick Caley. Yes, I'm very consistent. I always say I'm just a big fan of continuity. You know what I mean?
Yep, second year as the play caller. Yeah, that's good because CJ Stroud's been through a gang of play callers, which is probably kind of hurt his development. So I think it's very important that y'all kept the same play caller. What up, Tino?
Yeah, the system with Bobby Slowick was too simple, I think, and it was just like not a lot of freedom to check out or do anything, and he was kind of trapped.
Just
and
everyone go down the field. Everyone go long. Pause.
Yeah, exactly. And then the installation last year for a very complex offense that Tom Brady ran with all these checks and if this, do that, then this, then do this, and a lot of reads. It's probably a lot for CJ Stroud to handle with an incompetent offensive line in year one in that system. So year two with a better offensive line coming into what Nick Caley already said, I'm sorry, not Nick Caley, but the quarterback's coach came out a couple of days ago and said that Stroud is, light years above where he was last season at this point in terms of grasping the offense. So that's great news already. If you can hit the ground running at training camp with an understanding of the offense, should be able to see some improvement on those lines. Because there was pre-snap motion, a lot of other things installed that we didn't see from the Bobby Slowick era, that there were some improvements, but there was a lot of things where it's just like, he snaps the ball and there's an defensive lineman immediately sacking him. And sometimes those were his issues, like not seeing or checking the play, and the same thing with the communication with the lineman. So I feel like getting all those basics down, and that's just the simple stuff, should be able to run a play without, fumbling the football or being sacked immediately, which is stupid things that the Houston Texans, just can't have. All they needed to do was be mediocre. And I think, all of the rookies that were forced to play last season, a lot of the injuries, and then everybody being new with that offense, just it was a recipe for disaster, even though the defense carried them late into the season.
Yeah, with that defense and an improved offense this year, should be a lot of happy H-Town huddles, I would think, this fall.
I mean, I'm back and forth in the last two seasons. Those 2 11-win seasons, including playoffs and stuff. So it's tough being a Texans fan because I would always say my expectations are low, but I feel like at this point, going into Stroud, Will Anderson, and D'Amico Ryan's 4th year, the expectations are considerably higher. Like we need
this is y'all's window of opportunity. Yeah, y'all need to strike. I mean, because generational talents like Will Anderson don't come around every day, and if CJ Stroud can bounce back to being that franchise type QB, then y'all gonna need to cash in here in these next few years because those kind of talents don't come around every day.
Right?
Yeah, and
one more.
We have bodies there now. Yeah, exactly. Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter. Tank Dell will be back. Nico, the line's improved, and Derek Stingley on defense. I mean, there's a lot of talent out there.
Depth should be a little bit better on offense this year. We got Reed Blankenship in the house, so they added him there as well.
Yeah, H2O2 at linebacker, Aziz. I mean,
H2O should have a bounce back year.
Yeah, Jalen Pitre, he's an IDP guy. Caden Bullock, Kamari
Lassiter, and fucking Stingley.
That's secondary nasty, bro.
It's nasty to say the least, right?
Yeah, that edge duo and that secondary makes it to where the linebackers can pretty much just sit back and chill. Like they don't H2O2 and Aziz, y'all aren't under a whole lot of
collect
pressure.
Tackles. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, just collect tackles.
H2O needs to learn to wrap up.
He
needs to learn how to cover and wrap up. He's a little over aggressive.
He knows how to hit.
We lost 2 games last year where he hits Baker Mayfield, doesn't wrap up, and then Baker scrambles an extra 20 yards. They kick a field goal and we lose. Like, come on, man! It was a 4th down sack right there, bro. And there was another one where there's another one where he's in coverage and it goes right through his hands over his helmet for a touchdown. And it's just there's a couple times where H2O has lost us games. So the EJ Speed being hurt and not playing all season is
gotta wrap up.
It's gonna hurt a little bit. But Christian Harris got let go. He's no longer with the team. But they did draft what's his name, Woodaz. So that guy's been flying around.
That's a big pause, boy.
Woodaz. Woodaz. But he's been showing up a little bit in camp.
We got a Woody.
We got Woody Marks. Wood ass.
Y'all got all the wood. Pause.
Oh, world.
They got some good names going on there.
That's funny.
Yeah, Wade Woodaz.
Well, he's got the wood and he's got the ass to his name.
From Clemson. So, yeah, putting the wood to the ass.
Wow.
Lee took it there. You know.
Come on, man. You know me.
But yeah, I like Monty at 24. We talked about the Texans enough. That was good stuff.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, what are y'all thoughts on Scat, man? Do y'all think he bounces back and or comes back from injury and ends up top 24? I know Tracy's over there, but I think he's more kind of like I was saying about Woody Marks, like more just like the compliment.
You know what they're going to do over
Here's
there,
what I think about the Scat Man.
Well, the Giants did say that we're going to lean on the run a lot more this year.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because, like, John Harbaugh, he's going to go in there and treat this kid Dart like a rookie. He's going to be like, all right, kid, you're starting over. You know what I mean? And the first thing they're going to do is lean on that run game.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I mean, shit, their main weaponry, too, he's wounded right now. Right? Like, that's kind of...
Yeah, Neighbors is kind of wounded, you know, to where, second half, like, Dart would probably be more of a second half guy. Yeah, for Scatman, though, like, he could be, like, you know, he should be good all year, I would think, because in that offense...
That defense is hella good, too.
Yeah. Who's the OC over there? Because Harbaugh, I don't think calls. But Matt Nagy. Our pal Matt Nagy's the OC for the Giants. So I guess that's okay, you know. Because Harbaugh, Nagy's okay. I mean, he's not like
Montgomery. That like moved
true.
And
iPod
Cohen and
we've
seen him have some guys.
Mm-hmm. So I think the key for Scatman will be it'll be the volume, if he can get enough volume, because Tracy's still over there, and Tracy's no slouch, but it seemed to me that before the Scatman injury, those 3-4 games before the injury, man, he looked like he was taking over. So as long as he's healthy, scatterbrain. Yeah, as long as he's not too scatterbrain, like I don't think
scatterbrain.
He'll be the guy there, but
you called him the scatterbrain? Is that what you called him?
No, Peacock putting the thread Cam scatterbrain.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And then
he uses his head like a battering ram.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think he's got upside, but I don't want to rank him too high because I'm just like, man, this dude, like the way he runs, I'm just like, this motherfucker. It almost reminds me of, I hate to say this because I really hope he doesn't end up like this, but y'all remember Rashad Penny? I was like, Pacheco. I was like, Rashad Penny, bro. Like Rashad Penny. He couldn't go 4 games without an injury. He was good when out there, but he sucked for fantasy because we'd always draft him thinking like, oh, this is his year to stay healthy. And he'd never stay healthy. He'd always end up hurt because he'd run like a freaking battering ram. He got hurt. I was at the Saints game for work against the Seahawks back, I think it was like 23 or 24. Yeah. It was, I think, Penny's last year, and like he was having a strong start to the season, and then this dude just does some crazy move or something, like plows in and flips up, and then like tears his ACL. I'm like, dude, you run like a fucking maniac. Like, of course you're always getting injured.
What was Brez's name? Scatterbo. When I first saw him run last year, I said, totally, he's a white Pacheco.
Scatterbo.
He runs like a madman.
Hella angry. Just fucking angry as fuck. Want to hurt everyone, including themselves.
Yeah.
He did get a few angry run awards. I know that.
Come on.
Yes, Brandon. Yeah, I mean, I could see swapping Monty over Scat. Having Monty over Scat, but I mean, I have them neck and neck. I mean, it's like.
But to me, the injuries is what worries me about Scatterbo because of how he runs.
Mm-hmm. But I think he's got the upside.
Oh yeah, I think the upside.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe we move him down a little bit, but yeah, that's why I brought him up because I just felt like it was tough for me to try to figure out where to rank him because it's like some lists I see him, it's like they have him like as high as like 18, but I'm like, nah, that's too high, bro. So like I had him, like low RB2.
John Harbaugh's gonna want to run the ball, control time of possession because he has a good ass defense that's gonna keep them in games, or even be able to help them defend leads. You know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah, and that's going to go hand in hand with the run game on the other side. So that's my case for Scatterbo. But yeah, of course, there's concerns. he's coming off of like a reconstructed, like fucking dislocated ankle or some shit, right? Like something crazy like that. But he was at WrestleMania, like he was at WrestleMania jumping around and doing all kind of shit like a few months later. I tend to believe he's gonna be all right.
Oh yeah, he'll be all right. So yeah, let's I'll go ahead and do through 36, and I'll leave it at that for now. We'll do top 36. So we'll move on to number 25. We got a rook here at 25, Jadarian Price. He's only the second rookie on the list. This rookie class for running backs on the weaker side, in my humble opinion. But I think Jadarian Price is in a good spot. You know, he's going to be taking over as Seattle's lead back most likely, with Charbonnet coming off injury and Emmanuel Wilson being more of just a complimentary backup type back. So I think Price is in a good spot. He was basically the complement in college to Jeremiah Love. Both went to Notre Dame. So he'll be asked to do a bit more, especially early on if Charbonnet misses time. But regardless, even if Charbonnet's out there, I still think there's a role for Price. I mean, last year over there in Seattle, it was a 1-2 punch, Charbonnet, Ken Walker, and I would think it'll once again be a 1-2 punch over there, this time Price instead of Walker. And then at 26, I've got Bhayshul Tuten, the breakout candidate, you know, taking over as Jacksonville's lead back most likely. They did bring in Chris Rodriguez, but not too concerned about him as far as him being the lead guy. Or something. Yeah, I think he could just be kind of like the goal line guy that gets in here and there, spells Tuten when needed. I think Tuten will most likely start.
My bad to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Chris Rodriguez, people are just going crazy because he played under Liam Combs in college, and he went crazy with Combs. So that's why I see. That's why people are attaching any kind of hype to Chris Rodriguez being there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I like his existence there because it makes us get Bhayshul Tuten for cheaper, because he's likely the starter and the guy who I think could be a tier jumper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
I think he could jump into the teens if it all goes right for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Asian last year, ETN, as most folks know him as, was like, wasn't he an RB1?
French Cajun.
Exactly. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was close though. I mean, he was a workhorse there in Jacksonville, and I mean that offense is legit. I mean, T-Law took that next step last year to where I think Jacksonville isn't going anywhere. I mean, the Texans, I just said they're in a good spot, but I think Jacksonville's also in a good spot. I think the AFC South will once again be a battle between Houston and Jacksonville, and while Jacksonville will throw it a lot, I mean, they're going to have to run it some, and it seems like Tuten will most likely be the guy that will be there.
The
rootinest Tuten. Yeah, we'll have to see how things play out. I mean, I could definitely see myself moving him up these rankings. I've seen some lists that have him a lot higher than I have him, but I'm not ready to do that just yet because, I mean, we're still early in the process. He's got to prove himself. He's got to get through camp and the preseason and be like, look, bro, like he's got to show that he's the guy, because they also have the Chris Rodriguez and the other guy they drafted last year, LaQuint Allen, who got a little bit of work. LaQuint Allen, yeah. So it's
he's gonna be the third down back. I read.
It's a competition over there. Like they're not just gonna hand this backfield over to Tuten. He's gonna have to prove himself, and I think it's possible though, because the rootinest Tuten, he did very well last year near the goal line. I believe he had like 6 or 7 tugs last year, to where they might not even really need Chris Rodriguez all that much. They may have just brought in Chris Rodriguez more as just like an insurance policy, more so than a guy that, all right, we're doing this like a 50-50 split. More just, it could just be a thing that they like we got this Tuten kid, but if he doesn't pan out like we're hoping, well, at least we have Chris Rodriguez. But if this Tuten kid does pan out like we're hoping, then, well, sorry, Chris Rodriguez.
You know what is crazy is I think one thing that Liam Combs is going to start exploiting more, because he did this with Baker, and we saw it, like flashes of it all over the place last year, is like he does get Lawrence using his legs too. You know what I mean? And like,
Lawrence really was unlocked last year. Liam Cohen's fucking offensive genius. I mean, Baker was a top 5 QB under him. T-Law down the stretch last year was a top 5 QB. Liam Cohen is a freaking offensive guru.
Yeah. And once again, I don't mind being a broken record with some things that I really stand on. I love the continuity. You know what I mean? It's a year or two. They should be better. And Bhayshul Tuten is the guy that this regime drafted. So, you know what I mean? In training camp, this is when you'll see, like, when he's running with the team ones, and then you'll start seeing all these analysts start to move the rootness, Tuteness up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had the better draft capital. The rootness, Tuteness. Yeah, he had the better draft capital, 4th-round pick. Allen only a 7th-round pick. So, yeah, I would think if he can hang with the ones and get the job done, then I would think
when it comes to running backs
could be the tier jumper, as Bogey says.
Yeah,
so,
and in reality NFL drafts, 4th-round running backs, that's like the new 3rd round. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, running backs not tending to go as high. So, all right, 27, we got Tony Pasta. Forget about it. We got him here, 27. You know, he's just solid. He had the thou wow last year on the ground, 1,000 yards. Should be a better offensive situation there in Tennessee. Tajay Spears still over there. The Caps Pollard's receiving upside, but as a runner, I mean, he's solid. I mean, he's nothing special, but he gets the job done. Where I think he's a very safe bet as an RB3. Then at 28, we got Ramondre Stevenson. I think he's here to stay. I know Henderson's the hot ticket, the breakout candidate, but Rahamador down the stretch last year was very involved, and he's probably the preferred pass catching option. Where in PPR leagues, he's a solid flex a lot of weeks. I think he's not going anywhere, and that offense should continue to be strong. Added A.J. Brown, Romeo Dobbs there for Drake May. So got Rahamador right up in there in the RB3 range, and got Jalen Warren at 29. Going back and forth between him and Rico Dowdle. I ended up leaning slightly to Warren just because last year, I mean, Warren was a guy that carried a good bit of a workload and caught some passes. I think it's very close with them, but I'm going to lean Warren for now. Then got Chuba Hubbard at 30, looking like he'll start the year off as the guy in Carolina. Could get some Jonathan Brooks later on in the year, I would think, if he can ever get healthy. But Chuba, I mean, he's looking like the starter over there, so got to give him some respect. And in 31, I got Dowdle. It's hard to say with him and Warren, but I'm leaning slightly to Warren because he's been there, you know, continuity. He's been the guy over there in Pittsburgh where Dowdle's going to have to earn his spot. But I think he showed enough these past few years at Dallas and Carolina last year to where he's no slouch. Like Rico Suave is here to stay, I'd say, at least as an RB3. I have him at 31, and at 32, got J.K. Dobbins. I think J.K., he's another one that has a lot of injury history, but I think if healthy, J.K. Dobbins will be the lead guy there in Denver. R.J. Harvey coming off shoulder surgery. I would think he'll be back for week 1, and he's more of a pass-catching guy. But J.K. Dobbins last year before the injury was doing his thing on the ground, and we know how much Sean Payton likes to run the football.
Okay. I do have some thoughts here. I probably
go ahead.
I do like Rico Suave over Warren. And then I think we need to start paying a lot of attention to this kid Coleman, because like JK, yeah, he's probably gonna, as long as he's healthy, he's gonna start. But like he'll take a vacation at one point, and like Harvey, he might only got like a specific role that I think that Sean Payton views him as right now, and like this kid Coleman could be the guy who gets some of the early down work. Like if and when JK gets hurt or goes on vacation.
Yeah, he was a 4th-round pick, and they said 4th round's the new 3rd round. So significant draft capital invested in this Jonah Coleman kid. And he's a big kid, too. 5'9", 228. Woof! That's a big son bitch. Man.
Yeah, and he's a do-it-all.
It's a fucking bowling ball, bro. Shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to say he's from Stockton as well.
Oh, he's from
Stockton.
He went to
Washington.
Okay.
I want to say he's from Stockton.
Stockton, stand up.
Yeah, he is, yep. Went to Lincoln High School, it's saying, yeah. He's a West Coast guy through and through.
Come on.
So, yeah, I think he could be in a good spot. So, I might have JK a little too high, but I just think that when he's out there, like he's going to be solid. But we'll see how that one shakes out. This is where it gets tough. I mean, it's RB3 range. It's such a crapshoot with these committee backfields and whatnot. So to finish it off here, the rest of the top 36 got Rachaad White at 33. Have a Commandos backfield guy in there. It's hard to say him and Bill Krosky merit, but going to go with White though, since we're talking PPR here. And White, even if he doesn't get the most carries on the team, he's going to get the most receiving work, I would think, in that backfield. So that counts for something. That gives him a floor. So got Rachaad there at 33. Then Blake Corum at 34. Like I said earlier, I think Blake Corum's here to stay. I think he's going to have a standalone role over there, have some standalone fantasy value a lot of weeks. Not a whole lot of PPR upside, though, which caps him. If it wasn't for that, I'd have him probably a little higher. But because he doesn't really catch much, I feel like his upside's kind of capped in PPR. But if a Kyron injury were to happen, then you talk about a tier jumper.
Pretty nasty.
That's what I'm saying. You talk about a potential tier jumper because, man, if a Kyron injury would happen, man, Blake Corum, as a top 12 running back for sure. And then Aaron Jones at 35. Minnesota, like a kid was saying earlier, Kyler could end up a rough year. But I'm still a believer in Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a really good play caller to where I think Jones, if healthy, could still be like an RB3. I mean, he's at an older age, though. Didn't have a good year last year. But J.P. Mason just didn't really take the reins over there. We were thinking last year would be the Jordan Mason year, but he just didn't really get it done. Doesn't really offer much as a pass catcher to where Jones, even if he's not the best runner, he'll give you some PPR upside, kind of like Rachaad White. And then 36, another guy that's pretty good for PPR there, RJ Harvey. We just talk about Dobbins. I could see where someone would say just go with Harvey. He's got the PPR floor. And then they also have that Jonah Coleman over there. So kind of a messy situation there in Denver. Washington, Denver, some of the tougher backfields to predict for fantasy. But, that's there could be some potential values there if we can figure out who the guys are going to be.
Facts. I do like the fun dart throw on the kid Claiborne over there.
Oh, yeah. Was it Damon Claiborne? Yeah. I think he could do very well because if Jones gets hurt and Mason just stays kind of like just what he was last year,
if I could bet on those two guys going on vacation, I would.
Yeah, Damon Claiborne, bro. Yeah, he could be in for a nice season. So, yeah, I think he's one of those late round. Yeah, I could throw in a few late round dart throws here. Let's see what I have here. Yeah, I think some guys that could be nice. Jonathan Brooks, at Chuba, not really establishing himself as a true workhorse. Jonathan Brooks at the right price could be good. We had mentioned Emmett Johnson earlier for the Chiefs. I mean, I think Ken Walker will be the guy there, but this Emmett Johnson kid, I think, could be pretty dang good rookie there in Kansas City. We mentioned Jonah Coleman, this potential breakout guy there in Denver. Katron Allen for the Commanders could be someone to watch, I'd say. The Katron, that backfield being pretty wide open. Nicholas Singleton over in Tennessee. Right. I think that kid could have some potential.
If anything happens to Tony Pasta, that kid can hit it all. And I don't even worry about Spears even right now. Forget about it. Spears is done.
Yeah, he's just a PPR guy. So those are a few late round dart throws there for y'all to
I like that Nicholas Singleton one and the Katron. Those are the two Penn State kids, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And then
I'm over here with my handy dandy notebook. Nah, I'm over here looking for houses for the draft. Oh, everything, bro.
Oh, nice.
It's
that's right. Where you guys at this? You guys are going to the Great Northwest this year.
Yeah. Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Tino brings up Kenny Gainwell. Yeah, he was just outside my top 36. I think I had Gainwell at 38. Yeah, I had it. Yeah, Charbonnet, Gainwell, Money Gang, and Bill Krosky Merritt were my first four out.
Bucky better be scared of Gainwell. Oh, my mama.
Gainwell could easily finish top 36. Yeah, so
Gainwell is way better than Rachaad White. You know what I mean?
Gainwell was pretty nasty last year, so I might be underselling him And who's the other one I said? Yeah, Money Gang, bro. I mean, I know Swift's still there, but man, Money Gang was impressive as a rookie.
Go on.
He was catching passes. I think he may have caught just as much or more than Swift.
I think he only caught like 10 passes or something like that, but he only got targeted like 12 or something like that. You know what I mean? Money Gang wasn't really utilized that much in it, but it was efficient.
He had good rushing efficiency, 4.6 carry, and then he caught 18 passes.
Oh, 18. Oh, see, I was underselling him. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, for a 7th round pick, shit, he definitely showed that he's here to stay. You know, it's hard for a 7th round pick to carve out a role that's significant in year one, and he did it.
We're talking like Pacheco is the only other guy I can think of in recent history.
Yeah, then that LaQuint Allen maybe could be a 7th round spoiler to our root and Tuten shares.
Was like what was Krosky? Old Bill.
Old Bill. I don't think he was 7th. Oh no, he was. You're right. He was 7th. Yep. So he could be another one.
I was rooting for the kid because I had him everywhere.
Yeah, he was a good value. Yeah, because a lot of people are like, 7th round. He ain't gonna do shit. But Bill wasn't too bad. Yeah, he only caught 9. He was basically a dud as far as receiving ability. But on the ground, he was pretty solid.
One time and hit him right in his back plate. And I was like, what is this guy? Turn around.
Struggle. Yeah, so probably a guy they don't want on the field on
and
3rd
they just
down.
Never targeted him ever again.
Yeah,
he was never a guy. I think he only played about like 70 snaps or something like that in college or some shit. Like he was like a complete project. So K-Tron immediately becomes interesting because it's just such a wide open backfield. And that's why I even like that you got Rachaad White where you do got him, like as a top 36 guy, like at minimum. If Rachaad White, all his metrics are hella poor, but like if you give him any kind of volume, he's gonna volume.
That's the thing. Yeah, he gets that PPR volume to where it's like, I mean, he's not flashy, but I think JD kind of mentioned about him last year as far as just being one of those just steady floor guys, and he usually delivers for that. Like he's not,
he can pass pro.
Have the expectations too high, but yeah, he can pass pro to where he'll be almost like the way what was it, JD5's first year where they had Austin Eckler over there. I mean, Eckler wasn't anything special, but he caught like 30, 40 passes to where, I mean, last year White
and him being
40,
like a
I think he's a 40 reception minimum. Yeah, I think 40 receptions is the floor for Rachaad White because that was his career low. His first 3 years, he caught 50, 64, 51. And last year only 40, but I think this year he'll catch somewhere between 40 and 50.
And now they got more. David Blow calling the plays.
Good old QB. David Blow, huh? Yep.
You remember David Blow?
He got promoted. Oh, yeah. Got promoted over there to be in the play caller. And JD5, bro. You know, it's like. So, okay. Yeah, just with the news, Lee. Got through the top 36.
There you go.
Running back. So. Glad to get that out there to the GWN fam and the Guru Nation. So, I see Lee had dropped in a thing about Cam Jordan. Let us know about old Cam.
Hey. Let's hit a drop. Hold on. We're going to take him to the streets.
I know. I didn't know how long Spencer was staying on. There was some news for the Saints, so I'm like, I'll drop it in there for him.
Yeah.
Good to have you back, Spencer.
Yeah,
You had a wonderful trip with your dad too. He told me all about it.
Oh, wait, yeah, that hasn't happened yet. We're doing that next week.
Oh, no, St. Louis is coming up, right?
Yeah, St. Louis next week.
Yeah, he told me. What is it?
We're
Next
going
week,
to St. Louis
right?
next week. And I think my headphones died. My bad, yo.
No.
But yeah, it'll be next week. And yeah, appreciate you, Chase. Good info. Yeah, appreciate you listening, man. Glad you found it helpful.
Yeah. Good to have the rankings back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, hit us with that Cam news.
All righty. Yeah, Cam Jordan is back with the Saints on a 1-year revised deal.
Oh, he's back. Okay, yeah, I heard yesterday that they were discussing it, and it was close, but I didn't realize that it was okay. Yeah, it just happened. Wow.
Yeah, Bogard said it a couple days ago.
Man, I'm happy to hear that. I was worried some other team would take him away and that he wouldn't retire as a Saint, but I'm happy that he's coming back. You know, he's one of the franchise's all-time greats. So let's go out with a bang this year, Cam, and retire with the black and gold.
Yeah, your Saints did get some new uniforms for their 60th anniversary too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, I saw something to your dad last night. He said they're nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send them on over to you. But no, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. 60 years of Saints football, man. That makes my dad feel old because he was at the very first game.
Yeah, he's telling us that. Well,
yeah,
happy Tuesday,
oh, yeah, the patch.
everybody.
They did reveal a patch, like a 60-year anniversary patch. I don't know if they've revealed a new uniform just yet, though.
Yeah, I'll send them over to you.
Yeah, they revealed the jersey patch, yeah.
Where is it? I sent to your dad last night. It's weird. Now I can't find that stuff. Okay. I got it.
No, that's all good. It was just a jersey patch.
I got him. I'll send them to over you, Spencer. Hold on.
Yeah, I saw
it.
It
has a patch on it, too.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't think they've – it's just a uniform they've already –
Yeah. Just a little tweak, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. These are their regular uniforms, I think. Although this gold jersey looks different. That might be new. The white, they've definitely – in the black. They've definitely worn those
the gold, the third one.
I think the gold might be new.
Yeah.
But, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Well, Peacock, would you mind hitting that?
Cam's back. What other news we got here?
Peacock, would you mind hitting that extension drop pause? The New England Patriots are expected to extend quarterback Christian Gonzalez before week 1. So they're going to have a contract working on it right now before week 1. So we'll have
that makes sense. I mean, he's been a great player for them now for a while, so it makes sense.
He's going to he's going to reset the market too. So that'll be
extend him out. Yeah, I mean, he deserves it. Pay the man what he wants. I mean, that's someone that the cornerback like that doesn't come around very often.
Now, Peacock, didn't one of your guys just reset the market recently? Was it who was it?
At what position?
Cornerback.
I wouldn't necessarily say so. Derek Stingley had reset the market at the time. That lasted like a whole 3 weeks, and then not even like a whole 3 weeks, and then they restructured his contract to free up like $12 million or whatever. Yeah. So that's what the Texans do. They reset the market, and then they quietly reset it back to what it was without overpaying their players.
Exactly. Well, the Cleveland Browns are expected to explore a contract extension with safety Dell Pitt. So that's going to be next. Now, as for the Buccaneers, they continue working toward a long-term extension with quarterback Baker Mayfield, although their biggest concerns is his health is a factor in their negotiation. Shout out to the Gang Green. The Jets have agreed to a 4-year, $66 million contract extension with guard Joe Tippmann.
Give the man the money.
Yes, sir.
Pay the man his money. I can't do a Russian accent.
What's his last name, Lee?
Tippmann. Man.
Tip, not tit. Tip.
I said tip. What did you think I said, man?
That's a big pause, me boy.
That's the big. Well, I don't have my pause shirt on, so I'm.
The record pool.
Oh goodness. I still can't believe that one Peacock said earlier, wood ass pause. That one crazy. Hey, dude. No wonder he became a football player. He probably got bullied so much where he's probably like, I'm gonna show him.
That's his name, man. Wood ass.
Hey, Peacock, free agency frenzy.
Free agency frenzy. Here we go.
Well, the Colts are still considering adding another wide receiver with Deebo Samuel and Keenan Allen among the options.
Boo.
Who is this? The Colts?
The Colts, yes.
Colts. Yeah, with Alec Pierce banged up. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. It's just
ponies.
We don't need that, though. I mean, we want our Tyler Warren to do well, and then Josh Downs could be in for a nice year. So,
yeah, I still like Josh Downs as the one that, like, I feel like, you know what I mean?
What were the receivers that were out there?
Pierce got paid.
Well, Pittman, it was like Pittman, Downs, and Adonai Mitchell, but then they cut him like last year.
No. The receivers they were planning to bring in.
Is Deebo or Keenan Allen?
Loose skin and old
Deebo
balls, gross.
Those guys are ancient. Anyway, go ahead, do it.
Shout
do it,
out
Colts.
to the Hard to Start YouTube channel. We did the UFL season. The Broncos are signing UFL Offensive Player of the Year, Hakeem Butler.
Oh, hold on. Wasn't he in the league before too?
I thought he was too.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Hakeem Butler. And the Dolphins just signed UFL safety Major Burns. So
Marco has who the fuck is Hakeem Butler and why did people pick him up off the waiver? Yeah, that UFL thing just kind of spiked his interest. I wouldn't pay too much attention to it if I was you guys.
Yeah, well, that's what's fun about Dynasty, right? You stash them.
Yeah, people just start trending for no particular reason.
Shout out to JD and Bogey. The 49ers have been named as a potential landing spot for Stefon Diggs.
All right. I'll take him.
How would a crowd up that receiver? But...
Yeah,
I mean, people get hurt over there all the time, so I might as well just have him on your roster for 6
end
games.
up a survival of the healthiest over there.
You bring them up.
Yeah, just get a body over there. Fuck it. It was like him, Ricky Pearsall, Mike Evans. Between those three guys, you might get Christian Kirk. Between all four of those guys, you might get 17 games between all four of them.
And then we got Brittle Kittle still coming on.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, you know what? Sign Stefon Diggs. Sign him.
We need to all do PEDs like CMC.
Clip that.
Is Julian Edelman still available?
Well, the New England Patriots are unlikely to make a pass rush addition before training camp, they're saying. Now, as for J.K. Dobbins, had an agreement in place to join the Jaguars, but ultimately decided to re-sign with the Broncos on a 2-year, $20 million deal.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Daddy Sean Payton, bro. Something about Sean Payton. Players just like playing for him.
Yeah. Hey, Peacock, could I have the injury report, please?
Sure. And I was going to say, I like your ranking of JK now with that little piece of news as well. It just shows me that they probably like him the most out of the 40 running backs they have over there.
I know, right?
You're right.
Okay, I'm gonna sign with them.
Yeah, that's why I ranked him.
They're just giving out money to running backs right now.
Mm-hmm. Follow the money.
You all of it.
You needed the injury report?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Injury report. Here it comes.
Well, Bo Nix and the Broncos, Sean Payton says the quarterback's ankle will be a full go at training camp.
Let's go.
go. Now,
That's good for Waddle, shares, Sutton, Troy Franklin. You know, all the shit over in Denver. We need a healthy Bo Nix because the Studman ain't it. We need Bo Nix in there.
That was not great at all for them.
No, that AFC title game was ugly.
Yeah, that's why the whole time I was watching it.
Whack as fuck too.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, damn it, the Texans should have been here playing in this ugly game, doing just as bad.
Imagine how Buffalo fans probably I feel like they got robbed against Denver.
We smack Buffalo every time.
Fun Super Bowl would have been like the Rams and the Bills last year. Like if you just wanted entertaining, high flying, that would have been I guess the Super Bowl was like the Seahawks Rams game. That was the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tino says this show's ridiculous. I ran over to my phone to see that injury report video. Well, George Kittle and the 49ers, his return timeline could be impacted by the San Francisco Week 1 trip to Australia. So all that stuff about Week 1 could be just talk.
Now, this is Week 1. It's so what? I mean, he's progressing well. I mean, I think overall the news is good with Kittle. I mean, at this point, you just don't want setbacks. And I mean, the Malik Neighbors situation, that ain't good. But as long as a guy is progressing in their recovery, that's all you can ask for.
Listen,
so if he has to miss Week 1,
on the low right now, George Kittle is playing rugby. He's going to be in Australia. Fuck that.
Yes, sir. Now, as for
Zach, you, bro, that's what it's all about, being a Niner faithful. You just got to have the faith.
Yeah. Now, as for Zach Charbonnet, the Seahawks, who tore his ACL in January, but hasn't been ruled out for the start of the season, which I think is all cap.
PEDs is a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah, you might be. Now, as for Harold Fannin Jr. and the Cleveland Browns, he did not participate in spring practices due to his undisclosed injury, so they're going to take it.
I'm making note of that. I didn't know he was battling something.
Yeah, he has an undisclosed injury. They haven't released what it is, though. That's what they haven't.
That ain't good. I'm making
I don't like that at all because they didn't talk about it at all. He didn't practice at all. Yeah, I'm not down with that. I don't like that.
I don't like the sound of that.
That's Joe Mixon.
I don't like the sound of. I don't like when they say that. That tells me it could be something bad.
So if I see anything, I'll let you know.
A lot of times it is. I mean, look at Joe Mixon last year.
You know
I'm
what?
pretty sure they said his shit was undisclosed at first, and then he ended up missing the whole year.
Yeah. Hey, Shell Con laughing. He always gets me.
Now, as for James Conner and the Cardinals, he's expected to be ready for training camp despite ankle and foot concerns.
Ankle and foot.
Yes, sir.
James Conner is a fighter. He's always going to be just one of my favorite human beings, period.
Yeah, he was a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Shout out James
and
Conner.
he went on to have an entire career and defy all the odds.
Shout out to the real Mark Davis, my buddy.
Not Arizona, someone will pick him up. I mean, he's still got some juice. He'll contribute to somebody's committee backfield.
You know, he'll end up with if they cut him, he'll go straight to the Seahawks for real. Because then they could definitely use a guy who could just fall into the end zone. And actually, James Conner, when healthy, he still was doing his thing with 2 seasons ago. He is 31 though, huh?
Now I know
in running back years, that's up
his
there.
Rankings that RJ Harvey tore his labrum in his shoulder versus New England and had off-season surgery. Didn't do much during OTAs, but was practicing. So that's something to keep an eye on. But they think he should be a full go.
More good news for J.K. Dobbins.
He should be good, I would think. I mean, labrum's obviously a tough injury, but I mean, it's I think he'll be good for week 1, I would think.
Now
he's not running on his labrums, so.
Now definitely better to have a shoulder than a knee, that's for sure. especially at the running back position. Quarterback, it's the other way around. But
now, I know we touched on Breece Hall and Braylon Allen and all those Jets played. Pause. Well, Jets head coach Aaron Glenn plans to use Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and Isaiah Davis as a three-headed monster this coming season.
I think Kittle would say that's coach speak BS.
I mean, they're either really like bad liars, or they're just a stupid organization that will pay Breece all that money and then like we're gonna split the backfield in three.
Fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Let's hope they're lying because my God, if they're not, then they're really
lying.
Now, as for the Seahawks, running back Emmanuel Wilson has been working as the third running back during OTAs and minicamp.
Damn, the third running back? Who would be? I mean, I know Price, but
you
who
got
else
Price and you got the kid from the last year. What was his name? I had him in the playoff. Halani, yeah.
Oh yeah, Halani, George Halani. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Wilson. Yeah, I mean, thinking this could be a good opportunity for him. But once they drafted Price, that's when I knew, like, yeah, this probably.
And the price that they paid for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they paid.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah.
Now, as for the Jaguars running back, Chris Rodriguez is viewed as the team's power back, and Tuten remains a candidate for Jacksonville's starting role.
See? We nailed it. He's going to be the rootinest, Tutenist in that backfield.
Yeah.
Which might not be saying much, but
now
some get decent value on him.
Yeah. As long as you can get good value on him, like 5th, 6th round, I'm about it.
Now, as for some fantasy news on wide receivers, Ashton Doolin for the Colts could take a significantly larger role this coming season. And as for Parker Washington and the Jaguars, he is expected to be a core piece of the offense and a larger role this year.
Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. I think Parker Washington really showed us down the stretch last year that he's T-Law's go-to weapon and fits perfectly in that Liam Cohen system. I mean, I
traded him for a 4th, and then they extended him. Boom.
I don't think Parker's going anywhere, though. I think Parker Washington's here to stay. I don't think that was just a flash in the pan. I think he's legitimately the go-to guy now in Jacksonville. Jacoby Myers got a bag, so he'll be around and catch a few passes.
He can return the ball, too, in the return game.
He's not really a needle mover. Where Parker Washington, he could be a legit steal in drafts this year.
Yeah, that's a fact. I like that call. I mean,
as for
they, but I also do want to point out, like, they were saying, like, Brian Thomas Jr., he's with the bald ass Trevor Lawrence all offseason, building on their chemistry. So, there's been a lot of hype on his offense overall. And dare I say, I'm like, damn, do I really got to start targeting just Trevor Lawrence if I can't get any of these? You know what I mean? If the hype gets too much on some of these players. I mean, Parker Washington will still be a value by the time we get to, like, deep in the draft season, right? But, like, it's crazy because I might have to start looking at Trevor Lawrence a little bit more. You know what I mean? Actually, he's going kind of high, huh? He's going.
Yeah, I think the value action when I was looking at it, T-Law's going pretty high. I feel like Caleb Williams is a value right now. I'm like, man,
that's probably better value. Caleb. I'd probably go Caleb over if they're close. I'd definitely go Caleb over T-Law. I don't like T-Law personally.
ADP-wise is higher than Caleb, but I think I agree with you.
I don't like T-Law either.
He's always trolling about cutting his hair. His pregame.
He revealed that he's been bald the whole time. His
pregame speeches.
One of these days, that hairpiece is gonna fall off.
He couldn't inspire me to squat down to take a shit. Like T-Law, I can't follow him as a leader. Like the dudes.
Guys.
Have you heard? Have you heard the pregame speeches? Horrible. It's horrible. And then every time the game's on the line,
blowing his wig off.
Every time the game's on the line, he'll do something idiotically stupid. Except for last season, they got a couple wins somehow, miraculously, when they normally crumble. And now his ADP is jumping because of that. No, man, he's going to revert back to throwing an interception or a pick six late in the game, or taking a sack fumble to lose, or they blow a huge leads like they always do, like they did against Davis Mills and the Texans.
Thank Thank you for talking the senses back into me.
You're welcome. All right, calm down there, Bogey. Don't reach on T-Law.
Now, as for Buccaneers wide receiver Ted Hurst has impressed with his ability to make plays at all three levels.
That's what I like to hear. I'm overexposed on Hurst in rookie drafts. Yeah, I took all the Hurst everywhere.
Yeah. Now, as for Isaiah Likely has reportedly become Jaxson Dart's favorite target during spring practices, but that's probably the only guy he can throw
that's
to
who I
right
traded.
now.
That's who I traded away for Parker Washington.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. I'd rather have Parker Washington.
Yep. Now, as for Chig Okonkwo for the Commanders, is expected to play an exciting role in this offense, according to quarterback Jaden Daniels.
Because he definitely leans on the tight end. Pause. You know what I mean?
Ertz did well at JD5.
Yeah, really well. I mean, even if we're just getting like a 4-yard A dot, like fuck it, and then he's gonna take it a little bit with some yak. Like, well, we're all about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting chicky with it. You feel me?
Hey, Peacock, would you mind hitting that league business drop, please?
Chig Okonkwo, baby.
As for all 5 Broncos offensive line starters are on 8-figure annual contracts that are set up to may change in 2027. Recently re-signed Alex Pulaski appears to be the new future starter because they're saying in Denver. And as for the Vikings, they will retain interim general manager Rob Brzezinski, but the Nolan Teasley era is expected to bring organizational changes, including a new assistant general manager over for the Ginger Ninja. Now, as for the Ravens, are reportedly no closer to an extension with Lamar Jackson, leading speculation around the league. He may be a trade request come next year. And the team to watch for is probably the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's see what Lamar's agent has to say about it.
Exactly.
Oh, Mrs. Jackson?
Oh, yeah, Mama. It's Mama Jackson.
All right, fellas, I got a slide. It's been real,
Spencer,
though.
be good, man.
You already know.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll catch y'all on Friday. Hopefully with some wide receivers. So
let's go.
See y'all later.
As we continue the Guru Nation Spencer Guru ranks debate, we're going position by position. Pause. It's like fantasy.
Peace, fellas.
Peace. Speaking of the Ravens have quietly done significant homework on the upcoming quarterback class.
See, look at this. They're going to cash out on Lamar.
Yep.
And you know what's crazy too is if the Eagles are kind of set up to be a little mediocre this year, so they might have like not the low back end first round pick that they're accustomed to having. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because Howie Roseman, going back to that rumor about Philly being the one that could potentially trade for a Lamar Jackson if he or be the ones that are going to make the push for him if he ever becomes available. That doesn't seem far-fetched. Howie Roseman is crazy, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Howie Roseman will get it done.
Yeah. Now, as for the Commanders, are expected to feature a heavy play action offense this season. Pause.
Let's go.
As for Jerry Jones,
that means they got to run. They need to find a good runner.
Impressive.
You know what I'm saying? So this is why it becomes interesting. Like, you know what I mean? Who's going to emerge out of that backfield?
I'm going to tell you that they're very heavily linked to Stefon Diggs. It could happen anytime now. They're just waiting on logistics of numbers. That's what they're waiting on right now. It looks like Stefon Diggs is going to Washington.
I don't see Stefon Diggs running the football though.
Oh, well, that's my bad. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but and you know what I mean? I didn't see him truly coming to the Niners earlier when you said that when we were in the rumors. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I do like that for the Niners over the Commanders. Although Diggs probably wants to go. Well, you know what? Diggs just wants to sign a deal. No matter.
Diggs also is he's born and raised in DC. I think is also why he's making a big deal. He wants to play for his hometown team.
Now, as for Jerry Jones, shout out to Derek, stated the Cowboys will continue playing on turf despite temporary grass being installed for the World Cup this year. And on other Cowboys news,
my team plays on my turf. Okay,
that's a good one.
Listen here, Steven. Listen, I want the best Kentucky blue for our friends here playing in the World Cup. But when it gets back to America's team plays on turf. Goddamn it, Steven.
And Crooked Commissioner goes, "Where's Deebo Samuel going?" I don't know.
You know what's crazy is Deebo's. That guy seems more likely to come back to the Niners at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's. Now, speaking of the Cowboys, George Pickens returned and is at the Cowboys mandatory minicamp today. So he reported.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, he reported today.
He reported the minicamp. I'm not tripping off of Pickens. I think Pickens knows full of well that he wants to get this big. But I think with Brandon Ayuk doing what he's doing right now, he's showing other people that play that position like, okay, I might not handle it like Brandon is doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, as for the Chargers offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel has been working on speeding up Justin Herbert's throwing motion and adjusting his footwork this offseason.
You know why getting the throwing motion, speeding that up is important? Because he just dealt with a Tua who always had to get the ball out quick because the offensive line was shitty. And, you know what I mean? Herbert needs to be able to adjust to that if and when your guys' offensive line woes continue with, like, injuries just because, like, the Chargers curse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they said –
I also think it could be the style of play, like, you know, it's play action, boom, throw the ball quick, or whatever it is, quick drop back, throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like McDaniel's offense is quick, so it's like, hey, Justin, no 7-step drop back and then be hero and run around. That's not the
it's
the
get
play
out,
call design.
Get it out and go.
Yeah.
Now, as for Steelers running back Eli Heinrich has impressed head coach Mike McCarthy. He's very instinctive and has an excellent skill set, said the coach. As for Chiefs running back Kenneth Walker, reportedly did not attend the Super Bowl party, whatever, for the rings. He didn't go for that. Here we go.
Damn.
Yeah, he said he was going to go, and then he did not show up. As the news on Stefon Diggs, we're kind of figuring it out, working through some things regarding the possibility of landing with his hometown Commanders. That was the quote.
We're kind of.
Yeah. Now, as for minicamp, the Jets, Bengals, Titans, Broncos, Chargers, Cowboys, Commanders, Lions, Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers all reported today.
Let's go.
Now, as for Cowboys second-year running back Jaden Blue has been an off-season standout to Mike McCarthy. Now, Steve Sarkisian is not ruling out the possibility of Arch Manning returning to the University of Texas for the 2027 season. Exactly. Now, as for former Rams running back Todd Gurley, he will be eligible for the Hall of Fame this coming year.
So he's gonna get in? I don't think that guy's.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, eligible is anyone who just retired after 5 years. That's like eligible, right? Yeah. Like Drew Brees is getting in this year, right?
He already got in. He's already in. He was in last year. Well, the last Hall of Fame class he was in.
Yeah, but he's going to get inducted, I should say.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because Spence, I was talking to Spencer's pops. He said they're going up there.
Yeah, he mentioned that. Yeah,
that's dope.
Let's see. Buccaneers running back Kenneth Gainwell has been referred to as a running back 1B by head coach Todd Bowles.
1B.
Yes, sir.
We will have a 1A, 1B Sichi.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, some sad news about former 49er Raiders and Cowboy pass rusher Aldon Smith passed away at the age of 36. That was pretty sad.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, that was some
Hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I had some legit good times with Alden Smith. You know what I mean? He liked to party. He was a good dude. You know what I mean? He definitely was dealing with some things, I'm sure. But I didn't know I didn't know that side of him. You know what I mean? But he welcomed me into his crib, all this shit, bro.
It's pretty cool.
That fool was real decent, bro. To your old pal Bogey. So shout out to him. Shout out to the homie June too. That was that lived with him. They were doing their thing back in the days.
No,
youngsters, you know what I mean?
And the final piece of news I have for today.
It was so dope to me as a Niner fan. I was like, oh my God, we're partnered with Alden Smith. And then he goes out there and kicks ass on the field too, like in the same week. You're like, oh shit, this guy's amazing.
Yeah, he was a beast on the field.
He was not playing on the field.
No.
Yeah, rest in peace to the young brother, man. That was really, really sad.
I see this morning that his family is going to have his brain tested for CTE. They're gonna find out if that contributed to his passing.
Yeah, he was like delivering like some pizzas, bro. So like,
I saw that this morning. I saw a video of that. It was kind of
Yeah, he was a decent human being, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He might have been going through some things, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, he was just, I think he hurt himself more than he hurt anybody else, bro. Oh God. You know what I mean?
Well, coming out this morning, it's free Rice. Rashid Rice was released from his 30-day little stint down in jail. So
he did all 30.
He did all 30. Yeah, he did all 30.
I mean, he was like in an infirmary type deal anyway, because he was.
But this came out this morning. It said court documents showed Rashid Rice was allowed to visit a local hospital in Fort Worth for knee rehab.
See?
So he got those extra.
And like, of course, the NFL royalty, Kansas City Chiefs would have it set up to where, like, you know what I mean? He has to keep up with his strict recovery schedule. You know what I mean? Like, he just got off surgery like a week prior to him sitting down for that 30.
Yeah, it was. But on that's all the news I have for today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And we're about to fire up for this World Cup game too, right? Coming up here at 11 o'clock p.m. Or a.m. West Coast time.
Yeah, I think we got Argentina. Oh no, it's France. I know JD's gonna be watching it with his son.
T-minus 38 minutes till kickoff.
Sir.
Yeah.
So JD's prepping for that, I think, or either he's gonna watch it. I don't know if we're doing it here, but I can always kick off the stream.
I don't know what we're doing.
I can always kick off the stream if we need.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I got these. I got the Russians coming back. Because yesterday I went crazy. I was like, oh, I was killing this to-do list, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because see, that's the thing too. Is like a party makes you push you to do all the things that I wanted to do. That I've been saying I was gonna do. Like, I'm gonna get all the ceiling fans because we only got a couple for like the kids' rooms. I was like, I always wanted one in my main room, and then I want one for my patio. You know what I mean? And one for my room because I never had one in my room. And like, we don't have a light in our room. So I'm like, okay, I might as well get one with a light on it. But we have lights. We just don't have a lamp. You know what I mean? Like, it's in our room, so it's like,
I have too many lamps. There's like 4 lamps in every room, and my wife turns them all on. Like last night, the dog slept in the bed, and I looked, and I was like, oh, there's no room for me because it's a big-ass golden retriever. So I went to lay in the couch, and then like I laid down, and I was like, there's so much light. And then like 1, 2, 3 in just the living room, and then 3 in the kitchen, and then 1 in the little washroom. There was like 6 or 7 lamps just in 2 rooms.
we have like sensor lights like that are like kind of like close to that you plug them in. You know what I mean? So like they're like in the hallways. So like we just keep all the lights up, and everywhere we go, it just lights up like Tron, little sections and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my shit. Because I like too much white light, too much unnecessary white light going into our brains. That's the next thing I keep saying I want to get is like blackout curtains, because I'm just like, I can't. That shit.
I do have blackout curtains.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you were saying I need that. You know what I mean? And then I can get back on my what's that circadian rhythm correctly. Am I saying that right?
Yep. Ding.
Yeah.
Circadian rhythm.
Yes.
Blind folks don't have that because they can't tell day and night apart. So they take medication that helps.
Oh shit! Or Alaskan people?
Yeah,
no,
probably.
Well, I guess they can still see. the blind Alaskans, it's all bad.
Crazy. All right. Well, you guys ready to? We can put a wrap on this one.
Yeah, let's put a bow on this one.
All right. Good deal. Well, make sure you guys are staying tuned.
Yeah, and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Check in the link in the description, links to the new projects, man. Shout out to my man Franco once again, and Prime One produced all these joints. You know what I mean? Prime One killing it right now, y'all. Y'all need to just tap in with my guy, period. You know what I mean? Yeah, close out with the lyric joint too. Yeah. One time.
No problem. Catch you guys Friday for another Wake Your Game Up. But until then, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe on all the GWN channels, Power Hour, H-Town Huddle, everybody here in the conglomerate, Hard to Start Network, of course. And stay tuned for the next one. Make sure you hit the little bell. That way you can catch us on the next stream. Appreciate everybody.
Scott! Yeah, let me quarterback this. We came a long way from throwing money in the mattress. I played a long game to get rich. They said the game is a bitch, but the bitch is the baddest. Bogard Scott, won't change my name like I'm Cassius. Keep flame cause I'm cautious. I'll burn you to ashes. Double cross the bosses and get hit with the ratchet. Can't fuck with suckers, that shit is contagious. Count 100 down, blowing clouds, hella anxious. Maybe a doctor, but I ain't got no patience. All top shotters on my roster, they gon' race shit. Transport weight, cross states in my spaceship. Sky free, but ain't nothing free, bro. Allegedly 4 feet in my Peacock.